Major road projects get funded in the city of Denver through bonds. The ballot language for Issue 2A specifies road improvements on Santa Fe, on West 38th Avenue, on Evans Avenue near DU. It does not specifically say the 6th and 8th Avenue viaducts just south of where the Broncos want to build their new stadium. Bridges that, by the city's own admission in June, are not quite in the fourth quarter of the game.
We still believe that they have about 15 years left of life left in them.
At a June meeting where a council committee got an update on some of the city's worst bridges, council members found out some of the 2A bond projects are necessary, like the $30 million needed to rebuild Lincoln Avenue and 6th Avenue bridges over the Cherry Creek near Denver Health, before heavy emergency vehicles like fire trucks are restricted from going over. And some of the 2A projects, like the ones that would benefit the city and the Broncos, are simply improvements.
What about the 6th Avenue Viaduct over Burnham and the 8th Avenue Viaduct over Burnham? What's their life?
What you're seeing on this slide is combining both those urgent structural health and safety needs as well as the future development needs.
Bonds are how the city pays for big bridge projects. If not bonds, then what builds new transportation infrastructure? About $5 to $7 million a year comes from property taxes. There's also some general budget dollars, like $7.5 million the mayor has proposed next year for bridges along Quebec near I-70 that need to be rebuilt, and $11 million for emergency repairs. And then there are federal dollars and grant dollars that the city seeks for road infrastructure, which is one reason we heard in July as to why the $50 million 6th Avenue Bridge and the $89 million 8th Avenue Viaduct are being included in the 2A bond.
And it is now time to get this bridge in the queue because it is showing signs that it needs investment. We will have to leverage federal dollars, our own dollars, bond dollars in order to make it happen.
I guess the short answer is, if not for bonds, the city will have to decide how much general fund dollars it wants to spend on transportation projects, if not go to voters with a different question. The city was clear, though, in the meetings leading up to the bond issues that the 6th and 8th Avenue bridges, Kyle, are vital. Tens of thousands of drivers or tens of thousands of cars a day go over those. But they're not at the top of the list of the crumbling bridges.
They have managed to keep any of the potentially controversial projects from standing alone. They're all surrounded by other stuff in these packages.
Yeah, I had this conversation at home with my wife when we were looking at some of the things, that sometimes they package them just enough for you to like some of the things, even if you don't like some of the other things, that it's like, well, if I say no to the small thing I don't like or the big thing I don't like, then I miss out on all this other stuff. City Council did it to Hancock 4 years ago by isolating the arena by itself. City Council made that decision to make its own ballot issue.
And it's one of the rare ones that Denver voters have said no to in recent years. Marshall Zallinger, thank you.